Welcome to Real Table Talk Podcast, the podcast dedicated to giving you real-life conversations by real friends who will always give you 100% real talk. Stay tuned.
Welcome, everyone, and we are finally here at our Real Table Talk. Can you believe it? We are absolutely ready to go. So, before we start, we are Real Table Talk. We're going to have real talk about relationships, friendships, and life in general as women, and which is what we do anyway. So, to the right of me, I have the also fabulous Janelle Kennedy, and to the left of me, I have the also smooth Deirdre Stevens. And in the center, you have this, oh my goodness me, it's Nicole Jackie. And we're here to share just a little bit of our real talk time with you. Okay, so welcome. So I know you all have seen us post about us sitting down and having conversation. And of course, it took us forever to sit down to have recorded conversation. So here we have just two of my very, very good, close BFFs out of many. But this is Janelle Kennedy out of many. It's many circles. I got my high school. You do too. This is Janelle Kennedy. So I forgot she likes to be on her own. Yes. She's your best friend. Janelle Kennedy. She's a real estate guru. And then you have Deirdre Stevens Johnson.
Your real best friend.
Who is my real best friend. My life sister. And she is a powerful attorney. And I am Nicole J. And I do multiple things. So Janelle said I don't do nothing.
Wait a minute. She is a entrepreneur extraordinaire.
Janelle say I'll be telling y'all what to do, but that's not really I'm a bully.
I know, but you're Grace Under Fire in the community. You are community advocate. You're a child advocate.
And they said, that sounds lame. But she does wear many hats. Anyway, if you need something done, Nicole can get it done.
So the streetwalkers.
Streetwalkers, it's Sunday too, Lord. Mama.
Get across your leg. Okay, so we are finally together.
Yes.
And what are we going to talk about? And we got all this makeup on, and we probably feel silly, but we gonna keep moving. And I got a ponytail. I think I'm gonna.
I like the ponytail though. The ponytail works.
I'm trying to keep my boot in.
Well, one of the reasons that we all came together is because of our friendship. And so we said that we were going to come together and we wanted to share our stories and we wanted to talk to other people, women, specifically women, about friendships and how they have shaped them, especially during this time, like during the pandemic and things like that. And you brought us together during the pandemic and to really support each other.
I think that's who I am.
A supporter?
I think
connector.
Yes, I think I am generally the middle of multiple circles. Mm-hmm. And I try to bring everybody together to create memories and experiences.
And get stuff done.
Grow. Oh yeah, we don't get shit done. That's this t-shirt I'm wearing next. Get shit done. So I think that's who I am in multiple groups. Like I bring everybody. I enjoy
connecting people.
Yes,
and it's funny. You and I have that in common because on my vision wall, I have that I want to be a connector because I think it's the ultimate. It feels good to connect people and connect situations. And you need this, so I'm gonna connect you with that person or this situation. And so I love.
And see, I was talking about even more intimate than that because you definitely already do that. Mm-hmm. You and Deirdre both do that well. But what I'm saying is, I think I create intimate groups. So you all know the people I went to high school with.
Right.
You know, every change and facet of my life, you all know friends from all of those, and I try to bring you all together and we all know each other and are able to learn from one another.
That's what best friends do.
Yeah.
So did you say you were the real best friend?
She said she did.
You're the real best friend. Okay. Well, that's not what I heard.
She shade. It's real. However, that's gonna bring us into. So how we even got here is that we've had during the pandemic for sure. It was very lonely, and you only were going to be around people you trusted.
Right.
So that's how we spent a lot of days on other people's balconies and patios and for restaurants and having so many drinks and laughter and fun, and that connected us. Although the pandemic has been difficult, I found more connection with everyone, and especially the people I love in that space, because all we could do is create memories. So I think we created some good ones.
So who is this on the table?
So in our discussion of trying to figure out how this was going to come together, because we should have been being taped on all these other times when we was tipsy and talking out of the side, or angry or sad and crying, and then we bust out laughing. So we knew we were going to have somebody to regulate us. And so
Clearly, in what, 3 seconds.
This is Auntie Fancy.
Oh,
Hey, Auntie Fancy.
Yes, girl. Yes, don't
you know, aunties get you a check.
She absolutely get us a check, because I got an auntie that gives me a check. Everybody, y'all know my auntie.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And since I'm the elder at the table, I'm the auntie now.
You ain't gonna get nobody a check. So she is going to hold all of our questions, and the advice we're gonna always put our hands on, and we're gonna channel what auntie say. So let's put our hands on here. Let's get it. Ooh, auntie. What you gotta say today, honey? Okay, so
I hope I'm going first.
So Auntie, let me make sure I understand. So Auntie's gonna hold questions about the topic that we're gonna be talking about, and we don't know what the questions. So this is totally off the cuff.
And I'm actually a little nervous because we did reach out to our friends on social media, and we said, send us questions, send us things that you want us to talk about. And so yes. I know some of my friends, well, really, I know some of y'all friends, and I'm like nervous about, I know. I'm sorry.
I love my friends. They're quite diverse, so I'm sure there's some good stuff in Auntie Fancy's hand. So,
you all are more diverse, but it's okay.
So the topic is.
I hope, but none of my friends better not say anything in here about me. You could have called me myself. You could ask me what I thought, and I would have gave you the answer. But you ain't have to put me in Auntie Fancy. But we don't see. Do y'all know who sent these questions in?
I know. I think
our producer Sheena has probably changed them.
But if there's something with a name, we're not gonna say
no, never that.
Because we want to protect the.
Because what I'm going to say, but you know who you are.
Because we know who you are.
Okay, let's get it.
All
so
right.
Who's gonna go first?
I'll pull the first question to ask to y'all.
Ooh, you're so smart. You the attorney.
Yes, she is.
She always asking questions.
Is that a 2-quart? How many are you supposed to pull?
Ooh, what? I just pulled
you
too much of the paper.
You read it? You know the questions.
No, I just said ooh because I saw a portion of it.
Hey.
Are you ready?
Yes.
How do you deal with a fair weather friend? I have a friend that seems to only want to come around for fun. When things get heavy or I'm struggling with a crisis, she is not around.
I like that question.
That's a good question.
Janelle, you go first.
Well, I thought you were going first because you liked it. So,
well, I have an answer to it.
Go. Oh, you want to close it, seal the deal. Okay. So, a fair weather friend, somebody who only comes around occasionally or when things are fun and good. I mean, I guess for me, I probably should have started with this. These are probably my truest friends, and I'm not an open person, so I really don't call people my friends loosely. So if you wouldn't even be called a friend to me if you're fair weather. You have to really be in my circle and really tight with me for me to say you're my friend. And so I don't have very many people that I call a friend, so I probably wouldn't even deal with somebody like that. I probably wouldn't even think anything about somebody who only comes around occasionally. What? Why are you laughing?
So I think you have a whole lot of, I think you're just not giving them the fair weather friend, but you have a lot of people around you in your circle. That's your phone, Janelle.
I thought I turned my light
Janelle, this is so typical. I mean, we the first trying to get set up because she's trying to still do real estate deals, and this is
So wait, go back.
Again, okay, because this is what happens.
Go back.
So she said you got fair weather friends.
She doesn't come and put them as friends.
I don't call them friends.
Right, but but you still have people in your life that's like that, and I think what changes it is the definition that you put on a title that you give people.
Right, because I don't even know how to respond to that, because in my mind, although you're around me and I associate with you,
but you don't give that vibe off. People would think that you okay with them.
Now you done busted me out.
Oh, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That's
so
why
you're saying that people think that they're my friend.
Yeah.
Oh.
You the one saying they don't register in that box for you.
Okay.
But I see differently because I didn't know I wasn't your friend until we went to conference and then you told me we was friends. I thought we were friends all the time. So that was a shocker to me. I was like, well, am I supposed to be upset or feel good? Because now I'm a friend. Like, well, what the fuck were we doing all the other time? Oh, I'm gonna say that on TV. My bad. What the freak was we doing all the other time? We was patty caking. So I see the box in the fair weather friend as an asset. Because I believe that I have different friends for all different reasons and situations in my life. And when I want to just have fun, there's a group of friends I'll say, I like them, we have fun. I'm not giving them my heart.
Right.
So that's still, it doesn't minimize or water down the friendship. It's just the friendship is in the right box. And there may be not as many expectations on that friendship.
So the person who asked that question maybe shift your mindset around how you interact with that person, right?
Like the expectation.
Right. Life is so all about expectations for me because I don't want to be expecting here and then you give me here and I'm all disappointed. So I stay kind of on this level.
Say, get it.
Yeah, this is definitely about unspoken expectations. I think you hit it on. And I think that happens in all of our relationships. We have unspoken expectations of people, and then when they don't meet them, then we want to be angry at them, but we've never laid out.
And they never told you they were going to be that person.
Right. And so I think that if you've never said to this person, hey, I need you to show up for me in this way, then you've never given them the opportunity. Because some people, you don't know everything that's going on with people, right? Yeah. Now, if you do say, hey, I need you, and they don't show up, then you know what it is. And you can shift accordingly. Because I think you let people do what they're going to do.
Absolutely.
And then you know what they're about.
Yes.
You don't, but I think if you've never given people the opportunity to show up for you, it's kind of hard to hold them accountable for it.
Well, I don't think that we say to people what we need.
Well, that's
because we want to feel strong, or we're supposed to get through it and it's supposed to be okay. But I also think that we have to give grace because people sometimes, and I'm talking to myself, people sometimes don't have the capacity.
Right.
So now you're asking somebody to give you more of something that they can't give you what they don't have.
Right.
And if the fun is what they do well, and they show up, or
it's what they need.
Yeah.
They may need that fun. They may need to give.
The friend may need that fun.
Right. The one that only wants to have fun.
And for me, I'm a go-getter. So I'm one that says, okay, it's not here for me. I'm gonna go create it. I'm gonna go find it. I'm gonna get what I want. I'm gonna move it. I'm gonna manifest it. If I want friends that are here for me, then boom, I have those friends. If I want the fun friend, because Deirdre definitely is like, I'm not going to all of these events and stuff you want to do. That's not what I do.
I say
so boom, I may say, okay, Janelle, let's hit these events, or somebody else that I know to go out and have a good time. But if I'm telling you, spur of the moment, let's go stop at the bar and have some drinks, you like, if I got kids and husband, I can't be doing that stuff to y'all. Right.
But I'll have five drinks.
So you still can pull in the boxes because it's limitations on the friendships.
Before we move on, because I see we got to move on.
Who said it? She told us.
Aunt Fancy said.
However,
you can't direct and do this part though. You know that, right?
But I am about to say I do be jealous of y'all going out at the spur of the moment, and I do wish that I would be invited to that stuff, even if I can't come.
Okay. I got you.
We'll do better.
I'm a little jealous of you and Emery. When y'all be going
out of town. Well, we'll invite you too. Anyway.
Because I don't remember Thanksgiving, we was by ourselves and you was up there, girl, we out here eating macaroni and cheese. Hey, Emery, bring me some barbecue. I said,
it's okay. Well, I hope we answered that question.
Yes, I hope we answered the question. Do you think I'm looking at our producer, is she shaking that we answered the question? Overly answered it. Got you. Were you supposed to tell us that?
Sorry.
Let Janae bully you.
Oh, Janae whole face drop. Put it back.
Okay. Listen. How do you keep toxic folks out of your circle even when they believe they are your friend? I say don't invite them. But y'all know I'm cutting.
Excuse me. That's
See, I have such an interesting feeling about that word toxic, because I think sometimes I do know that people can be toxic, but I think a lot of times we reflect onto other people. So you first got to look at yourself. Like when you say, how do you keep toxic people out of your circle? How they get in your circle? Yeah, how they get in your circle? What happened? Was there a breakdown in something? In which case did you shift?
They might have became toxic. They might have had life experiences or situations. And
what is toxic though?
I think a toxic person is someone who is negative, someone who brings down people, someone who's bad for the vibe, and that you don't vibe with them.
And I think that's based on definition. And because I've studied behavior. That's my undercourse study. I always tell Deirdre, okay, if she says, okay, we're going to walk, I'm like, okay, but what does walking look like for you? Because walking for you is totally different when Janae and I say we going walking. Like she want to be like Speedy, like we walking. I'm like, we are walking, let's walk. I'm like, oh no, I thought it was a stroll.
Yeah.
Right, and I didn't want to break out with an actual sorority stroll. So I say walk. But back to the question, I'm sorry. Back to the question. It talks about the what part again?
The toxic.
How to keep toxic.
So right. So for me, toxic to me is just a state of mind. And how a person moves and how I perceive how they move.
Yeah.
So for me, if it's a toxic person in my group, and it's a group that I necessarily am not going to throw away the whole group because of the one person, then me being me, because they said that you think the person's your friend, right?
The person thinks it.
It says, how do you keep toxic folks out of your circle even when they believe they are your friend?
Well, that's on you, because why they believe you? I
think I understand what they're saying. I think what they're saying is like, let's say I went to, and this is not an actual situation, but went to high school with someone, right? And so as we've grown together, then this person, I'm growing in this whole manifestation, positive vibe, peace, love, and blessings. And they are still very much, I can't believe such and such did this to me back in the 80s. Or you remember her from high school? And you still mad at them. So for me, I can't necessarily fathom that. And then I'm probably going to change the dynamics of the relationship slowly.
How about having a conversation with them? How about talking to them?
If they're toxic, I don't know if they're ready to receive.
So I guess maybe we need to even understand I like what you said.
I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means in this context. And I think sometimes people use that word so loosely, and it may mean like you were saying, that the person's negative. But if they were my friend and they've been my friend and there's a shift, then I'm going to check in with them because something might not be right. Yeah.
Right.
And if they think that they're my friend and they never were my friend, then I didn't create the right boundaries in the beginning. So I need to create new boundaries, right?
But I think we all just loosely say friend. This is my friend. And people just say, oh, we're friends. Like just loosely and not understanding.
I don't use friend loosely. That's why it's like hard for me, because I don't use friend loosely.
So basically, we don't know that.
And then toxic could be that the person is who they've always been, and you've grown.
That's true.
So is the person toxic, or you've grown out of your toxicity?
Because y'all had to be friends. You got to have some.
Yeah, that's all
vibration.
Yeah.
Everybody moves on vibration, and my belief is I move through this vibrating and elevating unapologetically, because that's my motto, unapologetically. and the more you vibrate and become one with yourself, and you have self-love and self-worth, and you work with the universe and the creator and God, whomever you choose, and your higher power, the more you go up, the people with you are either going to elevate and shift and move with you, or they're going to naturally just kind of fall off. So I think it's not much thought to put into it other than continuously being who you are
and go with it.
Right. When I hear people talk like that, I'm just like, oh yeah, you mean, oh yeah, they can, and that's something we all need to improve. So like just trying to smooth it out that they're not offended, but after a while, either they're going to catch on and move with you, or they're going to just fall off.
Right.
And I think you just trust the God that you serve. Yeah, just trust it, and it's gonna hurt, but it's for the betterment. You just gotta trust it.
I always say, y'all know, you might not, but my motto is we're where we're supposed to be, all times. Like I'm right here because I'm supposed to be right here, and so they're right there because they're supposed to be there, and so forth. We can't control that, so.
Yeah. My controlling self will tell me otherwise. But yes, I hear you. Cut. Okay.
Next question.
Next question. This one go to next one.
Yes, next question.
It's on
you, baby.
Yeah, I know.
Get. Ooh, I'm nervous. That was a hard one.
That was a hard one because I'm still stuck on how do you define?
Oh, I don't have one.
Pick another one.
Not what I was trying to do. Let me get this long one.
Ooh. A paragraph.
Oh,
dang.
Oh, have mercy.
You need to put the name in it. Wait a minute, read it first, boo.
Like read it long. But y'all need to be talking about something.
Can I pronounce all these words?
If not, I'm going to defer. I had a hard few. Oh my God. I don't need your energy coming in here, Deirdre. Feeling I can't get.
So Deirdre,
I had a few months.
I want to say why we're.
Already.
I know, and I'm just gonna ward that off because we're not gonna. It's not sad.
Aww.
I want to lift you up and tell you that I appreciate the fact that Nicole did bring us together. I know we joked about her being the favorite or whatever, but you know, I think we're all equally yoked.
Yes.
And I so appreciate the value that you have brought into my life since we connected, and I'm happy to call you a friend.
I'm glad they're having a sentimental moment.
Are you about to break us down?
No. And do y'all mind if I answer, read it and then answer it?
No,
please?
we don't care.
Okay. Because this hits home for me.
Okay.
This
Did you send that question in?
No. You know I don't know how to work the Facebook. I don't be doing none of that.
The Facebook.
The Facebook or the Instagram. So for the record, when you think I'm on there, you think, oh, she ain't called me back. She on the Facebook. It's not me on the Facebook.
It's your people.
It's my people. It's my team. I'm trying to get the question up, sis.
You can hold it. It's okay. You can hold it.
Okay.
It's okay.
Like the Three Stooges. Okay. I had a few, and they bullied me, by the way. I had a hard few months. My dog of 14 years had to be put to sleep, and my relationship ended. So where are my friends? I feel like some friends, line sisters, just don't consider me at times. I am thinking about moving for various reasons, but one is because I don't think anyone would even notice. How do I say I'm here and I matter beyond the surface?
I got chills.
I have chills as well. So I mean, and I don't know who wrote this, but if I know, if you want to inbox me, then I definitely would love to make sure that you understand that you are important. I am tasked, obviously, which is why, because it's what you and I have been talking about the last few months for me, and kind of just saying that I don't feel supported. That I feel like I'm like almost like in moments a vending machine. And so people come to me and they say, oh, I need emotional support. I need help, or I need advice, boom, or is this, is that, you know, and that I don't mind because I understand that's my birth gift. So I'm not complaining about it, and I am so grateful for who I am. But there are moments that I feel especially through the divorce time. And even in some moments now, and I think Deidre and I kind of talked about it in depth. I said, when are people going to see me?
Right.
And not think that I just got it together, or I'm strong, or I don't need the support, and I'm okay. Like I may like something just minor and thoughtful. Hey, you know what? We appreciate who you've been to all of us, so we're going to do this for you. That's something that just that there's an appreciation for how I show up, because if I got everybody together, they wouldn't understand that nobody would feel that I didn't show up for them. Everybody in the room had the same feeling. Oh yeah, she shows up. Oh yeah. So if I'm showing up for that many people, you got to understand the balance that I am having to have, not only with my children and my job or whatever else. And sometimes I want to and I think that's maybe part of my love language, is that I may see something or think about something, and I may say, "Oh, I know this person would love that." I'm just gonna take them out today, or I'm just gonna Mother's Day. You remember that one year? And I said, I'm just gonna ride around to all my friends' houses and get wine bottles to them for Mother's Day and a rose, just in case. So there are moments that I want some of that for myself, right? And I feel like I'm not being seen. And if I didn't have all of this to give, would people still see me?
Right.
Like see me at the core who I am, and to really know me is to be able to look in my eyes and know that I'm not really okay. You understand what I'm saying? So I understand the question, but then I have to take responsibility, because I don't always voice. I don't say I'm not okay. So what I have been doing to who wrote this question is that I've been saying I need support. I want to feel special. I want to feel people value me or appreciate me or see when I was talking about bringing people together, because I believe, as I do business, period, if I can feed into my circle, I'm going to feed into my circle. I'm never going to go to another attorney unless you tell me, and I'm going to go to who you refer. I'm never going to do business with another real estate agent, because I'm going to come to you first. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to keep that moving in my circle. And so I think it's important that we empower one another. And I feel like I'm trying to do that. But sometimes the person that is that person sometimes needs the simple things. And I don't know if we know how to always ask, because you don't want to. It feels funny to ask somebody to do something for you. You want people to naturally know or do it.
Especially if you're the type of people that we all are, I think.
Yeah.
And I can so relate to that
relate to that question.
And if you recall, we wrote, we did chapters in a book. And that was part of what I wrote in my book, my chapter, that I don't always feel like people see me or hear me. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like sometimes when I'm in my circles, because I'm not going to always say friend, around my friends, but when I'm in my circles, hey, everybody's talking about what's happening with you and what's happening with you, but no one ever says, and what's going on with you? Mm-hmm. And I feel like I'm always listening, but no, I'm never talking. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if that's on purpose. Like, am I, because I'm so private that I don't share and I don't open up. But for that person to say they want to be seen or heard, or what was the exact?
Yeah, that her relationship ended, and her
I'm
dog
here and I matter.
Yeah.
So I want to feel like I'm here and I matter too. Yeah. But I have to check myself and say, am I doing it to myself? Like, and I had to really internalize, like, they have, my circles gotten so used to me not sharing and not being present and not, being there all the time, that they don't include me or they don't ask me, because I don't always come. And am I being selfish by saying, like I just told y'all, I know I can't always hop and go to the restaurant or to the bar, but I still want to be asked, can I go? So even though I can't always go,
I understand,
you know what I'm saying?
But had you not said that, I would have never thought that about you, as close as we are, because normally when I say, oh, well, I don't have time for that. I don't have time to do the little child day. So I'm like, well, I don't put no extra pressure on her. So I may be thinking like that. Well, it's for the moment. We just going to go, and most of that I do is not necessarily planned. But I hear you now, and moving forward.
And it was powerful. What you said toward the end was, we have to take responsibility for how we interact and engage with people. And so I would suggest to this person that they do speak up and say, let me tell y'all, like, be vulnerable. Like, it's okay if they're your real friends. Once again, because if they're your real friends, be vulnerable. That's a part of, and I'm talking to myself, because I had to learn how to be vulnerable. I'm not that chick, so I got it. I'm on my own, you know, whatever. You ain't have to co-sign, but
no, you didn't.
I know, because that's just who I am. But we have to be vulnerable. And that's
not even just with friendships, but in relationships too.
But that, to me, that was the epiphany for me for friendship, is vulnerability.
I just want to add just one last piece to that. I think the other key piece is you can't control anybody but yourself. And sometimes when we're looking for things from other people, we have to learn to give them to ourselves. And I so relate to that question. And one of the ways that that Nicole has helped me is she helped me kind of dial in and really concentrate on self-care and self-love. So for my birthday, I went on a trip by myself. I gave that gift to myself, and I did it any way that everything I wanted to do, I did it. And I think that if you balance that vulnerability and asking for what you need with also giving yourself
permission to,
the love that you're looking on the outside for, then you'll be able to find that balance.
And so I don't know if I got that from it, which is why I love our diversity. If I got that, it wasn't because it was, I can go. So I agree with this. I can go within, and everybody knows I love on myself as much as I can. I'm gonna take baths. I'm gonna go to the spa. I'm gonna do me for sure. But after you've exhausted doing you so much, no man is an island.
Right. And I understood that. I was just adding that piece to it because that was, she didn't address whether or not she was doing that herself.
Right. Yeah. So I was just, I'm in the context of the dog and the relationship. Like, it's almost like the people around me know that I've had this trauma. So for
do
example,
they know? That's important. Do they know?
Yes, I would.
Did they share? Did she share?
I agree. That's the part I said about we have to share. But I also will say, and I know we're supposed to wrap this one up, but it's so good. I also would say, when I went through the divorce, I don't recall asking either of you all to show up. I don't recall asking. I recall saying, this is what's happening, and there was a siren that went off, and everybody just.
But listen to what you're saying. Listen to what you're saying. You said y'all knew what was going on. We knew. If you're talking to someone like me, you may not know what's going on if you're not my friend.
But I think that's the beauty of this question. So what the things that she didn't say are the things that we all addressed. She didn't say whether or not she was taking care of herself, and she didn't say whether or not she was telling people. She didn't say whether or not she, had come out and just said, this is what I actually need. And so,
not lying, sister.
Yeah, she said my sister. So I believe that all three of those ways could help her answer the question of, how do I say I'm here and how do I say I'm mad?
Well, she wants them to say that she's here and they mad.
Pull the next question. No, you can finish wrapping it up.
I'm just saying, I think that she needs to tell her friends that she needs to know that she matters.
Yep. Bottom line.
Period.
Thank you guys for watching this episode of the Real Table Talk podcast. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for future episodes.